Alright, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. I was finally able to get into a gym, as you can see. Today I just did an upper body day, so I'm going to run you through it real quick. If you're not interested in the workout, then you can skip forward to the 2 feet jump technique, which is on this time stamp on the screen. But as for this workout, I started off with bench press. I did 4 sets total. Here I'm doing 50 kilos, did that for 10 reps, did another set of 50 for 10 reps. And then after that I did 2 sets of 60 kilos, aimed for 5 reps. Here is 60 on the screen now. I didn't feel too good with the bench press. Form was a little bit off, as well as my strength, but that's expected, because I haven't lifted in over 3 weeks. But in saying that, I wasn't expecting to lift this much still, so I was pretty happy with that. And maintaining my strength, even though I haven't been in the gym. Next movement is a back exercise, so just a barbell row with an easy curl bar. I'm doing it with a supinated grip, which just means my palms are facing upwards, really focusing on contracting, squeezing the lats and the rhomboids. One thing I can do is improve is sort of to slower it on the way down on the eccentric, just to focus on the contraction on the way down as well. Here I did some dips, hit the shoulders, great for hitting the triceps and the lower chest as well. So for this exercise, for this workout, I pretty much did chest movement, back movement, shoulder movement, and then repeated that, and then that was the workout. So here's the shoulder movement, and then going back to that pattern. So here's the chest movement again, incline bench press, 3 sets of 8, very minimal rest in between, maybe about a minute. Really lightweight here, only 40 kilos, just focusing on contraction, getting a pump. Nothing like that, nothing too strenuous, because we've already benched, already done dips, things like that, so don't want to overtrain. Then I did some lat pull down for my second back movement. Now here I'm really focusing on trying to retract my shoulder blades a little bit, and really squeeze my lats on the way down, and then on the top let my lats sort of pop out and get that full stretch and full range of motion, and really making sure that I can sort of feel that. I really like to add some sort of back accessory into every workout, because back just plays a huge role in strength, because it helps with your squat, helps with your deadlift, helps with your bench press. So I like to add in some sort of back movement, even if it's not a lat pull down, maybe something else, pull-ups, seated cable row, anything like that. But when training your back, to try to hit it from as much angles as possible. I finished off with lateral raises, 2 sets of 10, 5 kilos each arm, nothing too heavy. Here I'm just focusing on slightly raising my pinky up just to activate my posterior delt a little bit more, but that's about it. That's the workout. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you next clip. Peace. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to take you through a few jump tips that I've been wanting to sort of discuss for a while. I've sort of been wanting to do a technique video on either 1 or 2 foot jumping, but haven't been able to, so I thought, this is a good time to sort of do it. I'm just going to cover 3 main things on 2 feet jumping of a left-right. I will do, right-left plant, I'll cover that, and then I'll cover, 1 foot jumping as well in the future, near future. But for now, I'm just going to cover 3 sort of common mistakes I see when jumping off a right-left plant. The first I sort of see is not running evenly and not taking off evenly. And what I mean by that is people sort of run in a curve, and when they plant, when they take their plant with their right foot, with their left foot, then their right foot won't come around and plant properly, and they'll sort of be left a bit uneven, and this sort of comes just from an improper run up. And what will happen is you won't jump straight up, you actually jump a little bit to the side, and you take and waste and bleed a lot of your energy going sideways rather than forward. So what we really want to try and do is get that right foot around, straighten up, make sure our body is aligned, and making sure all our energy is going up and straight rather than going sort of forward and to the side, which is a major common thing. One thing as a result of that is you can also land improperly, and that can really cause injury as well. It'll put more pressure on that knee, on the right leg, so you really want to make sure that you are having an even distribution of sort of stress on both legs, and that your body's sort of even and nice. The second sort of thing I see is not optimizing the penultimate step. So what the penultimate step is sort of that second to last step, and what you really need to do with that is sort of enlarge it compared to your other steps, to to sort of brace and get that sort of rubber band effect for your takeoff. And what I mean by the rubber band effect is really just stretching that out and getting that stretch reflex off the ground, and that'll really help you jump higher. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people will just sort of either shorten their penultimate step or just be the same as their other steps. So that's a huge thing, is making sure that penultimate step is there. Another thing that will do is help take your energy upwards rather than forwards. A lot of people say, you know, how can I take more of my vertical upwards? I'm jumping too much forward. So having a proper penultimate step was going to help huge with that. Now the third thing is just not speeding up enough and towards the end of the run up. So what you want to do, applies to 1 or 2 feet jumping, is when you are running up, you want to start with, you know, walk the first couple of steps, get into a jog, start running, and then really those last few steps you really want to speed up when you're doing the penultimate step. Really want to speed up, be super explosive, and then take all the energy explosively as you can upwards. A lot of people, they'll either do sort of 1 or 2 things. They'll keep and maintain a slow speed throughout the whole thing, which isn't good because you're not maximizing the amount of force you can get. And the second thing is they'll try start too fast, start a step because they're uncomfortable, and then they'll end up just finishing slow. So instead of starting slow, finishing fast, they start fast and finish slow, which is not what you want. So that is one thing that I've sort of struggled with as well. One thing that really helps is sort of slowing down your technique, going really slow, just practicing it frequently, and then slowly increasing the speed of your run up while making sure it's still controlled, and that will really help with sort of speeding it up. And this applies to 1 and 2 feet jumping. It's a huge factor. You want to maximize the amount of speed and force you can generate, and to do that you need to run fast as possible while being as controlled as possible. So those are the 3 tips. I hope this helped you guys. If it did, make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit those post notifications as well, so you can get notified whenever I post a video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.